All right, man. We got Clamier Uncut. He dropped a video, and the title of this video is called "The Current State of UFC 5. Is this community toxic?" Now, guys, man, Clamier Uncut. If you guys haven't been up to date on his content, I'm just gonna give you a brief little update. Now, Clamier Uncut, he was going after Martial Mind for being a shill in his community. In my opinion, I think Martial Mind is a shill in the whole UFC 5 community. If you guys don't know what a shill is basically somebody that gets paid to say only good things about the game. Now, guys, do I blame Martial Mind for being a shill? No. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have did the same shit. Now, I'm just a nigga that's really transparent, and I would have told you guys straight up, I'm only saying good shit about the game. Man, I would have talked so good about the game, you guys would have thought all my news were just fake news. I'm going to be that honest. EA Sports paying me to talk only good about the game? Oh, yeah. Money talk, bullshit walk. So I don't blame him taking that money. It's just the simple fact that he didn't let us know that he is partnered with EA. If you told us that you were partnered with EA, then everything you could have talked, literally, you could have said the most unbelievable bullshit in the world. As long as you said you were partnered with EA, everything here would have been clean in my predicament. If you guys disagree with me, let me know in the comment section. But hey, call me a sellout, call me what you want. I would have taken that money.
Alrighty, we are
just
back,
saying.
and today we're going to be looking at the current state of UFC 5. Why? Well, based on the first trailer, which looked absolutely
money don't grow on trees, baby.
Duped into placing my hard-earned money into what is essentially UFC 4.1.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it, man. I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna give you an example right here, dog. Round 3, guys. Round fucking 3. He's in this fight with Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland. Why is the stamina bar a quarter away full? Why? Literally by round 5, literally the stamina bar gets cut off an extra 10%. Literally. I cannot make this up. They need to fix that shit.
And money into what is essentially UFC 4.1. It is not
you ain't lying
to see that the overall consensus is that consumers do not believe that UFC 5 is worth the $70 if you previously owned UFC 4, since number 4 was barely an update from 3. What is irking me at the moment.
You know, homeboy, whatever, on coke. I don't know why I'm forgetting that man.
Homeboy oh wow, he dropped the video on Clamier?
His name.
Well played. Conveniently, I forgot your name too. Shellboy, the man who
he dropped the video on Clamier?
At the moment.
You know, homeboy, whatever, on coke. I don't know why I'm forgetting that man's name.
Well played. Conveniently.
Wow, I have to check that out.
Shellboy, the man who doesn't know the difference between lies and deceit continues to rub it in our
what a fucking thumbnail. Oh my gosh, I've seen this picture.
faces.
That was solid. How do you make that?
The game or Martial Mind himself, he has a defense for everything. Yes, it was bad enough that he was paid by the devil themselves, EA Sports, to be the mascot for a pre-sales promotion, misleading the audience, which has made him almost a millionaire. The talented
That's how much they paid him? What do you mean almost a millionaire? What? Let me hear that again?
Was paid by the devil themselves, EA Sports, to be the mascot for a pre-sales promotion, misleading the audience, which has made him almost a millionaire. The talented
That's how much money he made from getting his from that whole EA Shield thing? Almost a millionaire? What?
Mr. Ripley.
Did I hear that right?
As the good guy.
That man paying bills, baby. He paying bills.
Are we the baddies?
Yes. Marshall's EA partner, Anthony Romero, points out an exploit that most of us have been aware of since UFC 4.
Is this Romero guy like a EA Sports dev?
Can see how this is an exploit, and so can Romero, pointing out that vulnerability needs to be tweaked. Shellboy disagrees.
Vulnerability is not the issue. He was caught with a flush uppercut while his head was down.
Jesus, his head doesn't look down to me. Guess he just needs to get
yeah,
better,
I know,
like
bruh. Tell me about it, man. Every time I go for it, guys, the way I like to fight, I like to throw that jab out. I like to, and the part of my game was this little, hold on. That move right there is part of my game. That move right there, jab to the body, it opens everything up. But I know exactly what Clamier Cut is I'm talking about. As soon as I pop up, I'm holding R2 before he does the uppercut animation.
Flush uppercut while
Why doesn't he block?
Jesus, his head doesn't look down to me. Guess he just needs to get better. Just like everyone who's been complaining about the submission system, which is over-engineered as well as being exploited.
Oh my gosh. Now guys, a lot of people in my comment section were getting on my ass because I said that UFC 4's submission system is way better than this. UFC 4 submission is way... You have to chase that motherfucker around. Oh my gosh. You understand how good that one was? We didn't need any training on that submission. This one is way worse. Now, granted, if you're on the offensive side of town, you're good. But let you be in Stephen Thompson's predicament. You already lost the bar. Just don't get another submission put on you because you will lose. Look at this. You only have 2 options. You need 4 options to get out of that fucking armbar. At least 4. If you can block something out of that 4 in terms of the submission, hey, so be it. But 2 only options for that transition is crazy.
To promote his EA co-worker.
There should be no more excuses. All you need to know is right here.
No more excuses.
I don't know who this Romero guy
Anthony
is.
Romero, a specialist in wrestling and a UFC 4 pro player, attempts to inform the common man to simply get a read on your opponent's hand and feet movements in order to know which direction to block transitions.
It's a little bit hard to see. It's very tricky. But he's actually kind of going to knee on belly to transition into full mount.
Some might argue this is overcomplicated.
I didn't even know that was in the game. Like
Transition into
you can go for a Von Vloot choke or some shit. I didn't know this fucking hold was in the game.
full mount.
Some might argue this is overcomplicated for the casual player. I would argue this is an over-engineered minigame, and as long as it remains a minigame, it should be intuitive. UFC Undisputed 3 has already set the benchmark. I don't need to make a read on fingers and toes in order to block a transition. It's as overcomplicated as adding a separate left and right blocking system and removing the general block, having to make those reads in a split second.
I wouldn't mind a little left block, right hand block. That's better. Low block, up block. They need to change everything about this game, to be honest. They need to change everything.
And not your actual limbs.
And oh my gosh. You mean to tell me you can just do a little slight and you can just block a jab? You can just block my hook? Are you kidding me?
Will only cause
That's bullshit.
cognitive overload. Content creator study seems to be on the same page, informing Marshallmind that not everyone wants to spend hours watching training videos. That the game is full of opponents spamming elbows and throwing up non-stop submissions to where inevitably one will eventually stick. But surprise, surprise, Chill Boy puts himself...
Can't do anything there, man. You're done. You in this predicament right here, just get ready to take at least some of this bar out of that submission health gone.
first.
UFC
Something you
5
could do.
should not be designed for casuals in mind first. Casuals shouldn't be what drives an MMA sim.
And this is exactly why there is a video telling developers not to listen to pro players. No one in their right mind can refer to this game as a simulation. Don't believe me? I'm Max Holloway on the right. My opponent whiffs, so I focus on his stamina. Note, when I throw a jab, my momentum slows down for no reason. Also doesn't act as a deterrent. Watch again as he's able to strike through my jabs. He continues...
Oh my gosh, thank you for pointing that out. Oh man, I be throwing the meanest double jabs in the world. For me to go ahead and for my opponent to interrupt, I'm talking about I'm standing in the pocket. Come in, bam, bam, hit him with a double jab. How was he able to throw a hook out of nowhere? I just stunned you with a double jab. Like, if you're throwing a hook, your hook shouldn't hurt more than my double jab. Guys, I gotta show you more than I can explain to you. Kid you not.
throw the kitchen sink at this man's head.
That's another thing.
Block with hooks, and I do what I think makes sense, which is to completely break down his stamina and his soul.
But his stamina doesn't go down. You can hit the body a million times. That stamina is going to be able to, he's still going to be able to knock you out at any given moment.
7.
He's able to throw uppercuts like it's the first round. game is as much a simulation as Mortal Kombat. However, in order for Marshall to stay face, he must keep spinning narratives. If you create a video completely breaking him down to the core, to where he cannot justify his deceitful actions, instead of refuting those claims, he chose to inadvertently respond through someone else and spin another narrative. Marshall Mind states, "This is possibly the most important video made in this space in a while. Everyone needs to watch this." Sounds good, man. Let's take a look.
It is all too easy for people to sit behind a screen and hurl insults and attacks at the companies and people behind the game.
The creator of the video is another EA partner.
No. It's about improving upon the game. This is the same shit. Like, to be honest, fuck you. You have all these problems in the game. Whatever. You don't at least have the top 15 fighters? At least? Like, why am I still playing with the likes of, I don't know, like, bruh, the middleweight division should be stacked with brand new top 15 fighters, even if they're not all that good. Just fit the fighters in the game. If the controls and shit like that is not good, you know, them blocking, everything needs to be fixed. You should be updating this game non-stop. None of the, and plus, if you do put these players on the game, you better not have them to where you have to pay for these sons of bitches. I don't know. EA just went a wrong route. Even if you didn't fix the controls like that.
Myself, I get any audio or points to refute, yet he includes our names and tells his audience, do not send any
hate to these creators. I am simply using as example of people who give criticism.
Hate to these creators. Interesting. The video seems to be centered around having empathy for the EA developers as well as the EA game changers. Although it begs the question, why do you contradict yourself 11 months ago? Creating a video entitled Undisputed is dead on arrival. You're fully aware this game does not have the same backing as EA and was created by one man with a dream, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
And I gotta give him a lot of respect, man. The guy that created Undisputed, man, it's a good game. This game is not bad in the slightest of bit. Hold on.
You're fully
This game isn't bad on the slightest of bit. I kid you not. This game is good. This game just needs to fix it. It's the minor, slight little tweaks on this game that needs fixing. I kid you not. The slight minor tweaks. If they fix this game with the slight minor tweaks, like in terms of damage, left head, right head damage, fix those little things like that, this game could be amazing, dog.
aware this game does not have the same.
You know, when you get stunned, let's not have Canelo Alvarez sprint 30 miles per hour and knock you out of nowhere.
As EA and was created.
I'm backing away. How is he just sprinting?
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. 2 months ago, EA partner Marshall Mind released a video entitled.
That guy's gonna be really successful. The guy that made Undisputed.
7 months prior, he released a video.
This is just the start for his career. I can tell.
Partner, what were your intentions for creating those videos? Do you understand why people question your integrity, Marshall? We move on to the main issues in UFC 5. Ever find yourself dominating one match?
And that's another thing. You know how much money Marshall Mind made off these videos right here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, remember, keep in mind, he was the first one to really drop the UFC career move videos. He got the game early. So each video is at least doing 100K. At least minimum 100K. Now, you know, like, his views didn't really go much down. But to drop the video this early, you're gonna get dumb views. So
you understand
not only that EA paid him, YouTube paid him. That boy paying bills. 2-for-1 special.
Dominating one match and then getting obliterated the next. Well, reason being, you cannot rely on the fundamentals to win consistently. The hitboxes used to register real-time collisions are hit and miss, and the problem with this is when you try to be strategic or evasive. Like in a real MMA fight, the majority of players will resort to spamming you with jabs, hooks, and
oh my gosh, who plays like that? Oh, I never met a guy that plays like that now.
Martial art kick that most fighters don't use on a regular basis in real life. Timing and precision goes out the window. Not to mention, there is no deterrent for spamming. The amount of opponents I have sat back, waiting to drain themselves out, to where I've followed up with kicks to the body, to where they should be gasping for breath. Instead, a broken nose, it barely makes a difference. In any simulated fighting game, stamina management has always been the differentiator
Bruh,
between
this is a whole...
a
Oh,
pro
what a
and casual
knockout.
player.
Oh
Throwing
my
a body
gosh.
kick and landing should
What a
drain both players'
knockout.
stamina. Throwing a body kick and missing exerts more energy than landing. Whilst I see that mechanic in place, it needs to be turned up tenfold. The second biggest problem in the game, which I know most of you will agree with, the control system is way too complicated. No one should have to master a backward control system in order to compete at a competitive level. The elite players in UFC
Yeah, tell me about it, man. I like the uppercut the same way they was before. Square X. This R1 R1 to trigger the uppercut shit is crazy. Crazy. Do you understand the uppercut is huge into my game? I like to throw ahead, throw the jab, hook, uppercut. You know, like, and I'm used to that control. Now, every time it's just stupid. I can't, there's no reason for me to explain that shit. It's just a stupid ass control. R1 should not be the motherfucking uppercut system. Keep everything the same way. Fuck,
Five
man.
often find themselves in back and forth wars getting dropped. What separates them from the rest is they understand specific combinations which cause more damage and drain more stamina. That's why elite players often find themselves using the same bespoke combinations over and over again. In addition, if the fight ends up on the ground, anyone who has not invested an arm and a leg repetitively studying the animations of an opponent in order to counter their transition, you never stood a chance in the first place. On the ground, basic transition defense does not exist.
And what is this shit? What is this shit? I armbarred that son of a bitch. Why is he still going ahead and transitioning them out? Make him tap already. I just beat him in the whole mini game mode. I shouldn't have to go for another submission here. What if there's 30 seconds left and this is my only submission attempt and I got it off? For 5th round, 30 seconds left. I finally got a submission after getting my ass whipped. I have to lock in another one? What?
In the direction your opponent looks to be transitioning to. And this is why when you end up facing people in the higher divisions, you'll realize within the first 10 seconds they simply want to take you down and make it a jiu-jitsu match. In other words, they want you to compete in a mini game. This is not a true representation of UFC. And as much as
And they will go for a clinch again and take you down. Fuck going for a takedown.
and Twitter, the egos of these influencers flaunting their EA paper badges, social status will continue to outweigh experience and intelligence. Thank you to all who subscribe and like the video. Let me know in the comments.
Man, I already beat you before you asked to like the video, so I already beat you to that cut, man. But shout out to Clamier Uncut, man. This guy's been dropping fire content, man. I really was locked in this whole time. The editing, the whole process of him making this video. I wonder how long does he take to make these videos? Like did it take him like 3 days, 2 days, 4 days? How long was this process? That's one thing I'm very, very curious about his videos, because the way that this guy puts effort in, I need to know how long did he take to make this video. The voiceover, to have his icon be able to be right here and talk, to have this on the side. Everything here is just good. I'm enough of me gawking though, guys. Like the video, subscribe. You know what to do, man. And like his video. Subscribe to Clamier Uncut. Also, he is a great content creator. Just get it, guys. Like the video, subscribe. You don't know what to do. I'm out.